What's up, guys? My name is Captain Dave, and welcome back to the Captain's Quarters, the video in which I go through and answer all of your questions and comments from last time's video. So, before we get this bad boy underway, a couple of things that I normally like to mention but always forget to mention. Number one, if I don't read out your comment, that's not my choosing. It's just sometimes YouTube can be very weird and won't display all the comments. Don't ask me why. Number two, before you comment, always check the top comment to see if I've posted a little notification just to let you know. Once I've recorded this video, I put in the comment section that I've recorded the video and to wait till next time. It's a good way to not have your question not answered. So always check that top comment. If I haven't written one, then comment away. If I have, then it means I've already recorded the next Captain's Quarters. So always be sure to check that bad boy out. So, with that said and done, let's move on with the first question, which is from Isaac Tracy, who said, I know that you've been asked this many times, but will you play Spider-Man Web of Shadows? Whatever you say, I will follow the Captain's orders. Web of Shadows, but no, I will not be playing Web of Shadows. I've tried multiple times in the past, like giving myself like a year break and then coming back to it and stuff like that, but there's something about Web of Shadows I just can't get on board with. I just really do not enjoy it. I thought about once before in the past, thinking to myself, well, if I can't play it with like entertaining and like really enthusiastic commentary, then maybe I'll just play it and not do any commentary on top. But even that I even that I can't do. So no, sorry. Unfortunately, there will very unlikely ever be Web of Shadows on my channel. The Darkman1 Fest said, what's your opinion on the challenge maps being taken out of Arkham Knight? By that I mean challenge maps in the traditional sense, example Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, yeah. So, yeah, that was interesting to see that they had done that. Like, they still have the augmented reality, where you have, like, there's one that there should be, I think I've already uploaded one, and there'll be loads more to come as well, where you've got, like, try and get a combo over 50, but they're more like, they are more like tasks that you have to do, whereas with the old, as you're talking about, the challenge maps, you had to try and just get your high score, which you can still do with these augmented reality, but I don't know, it doesn't have the same feel to it as the challenge maps did. But I've heard a rumor that apparently they may be coming out in the DLC. Like, cause like I bought the season pass when I first got Arkham Knight, and apparently there's one piece of DLC coming every month for 6 months. That was what I was told anyway, and I've heard that maybe the challenge maps are a part of that DLC. It kind of sucks they're not in the original game though, like they have been in all the past ones. But I suppose you could count some of the augmented reality as the challenge maps, because they do have like get a combo of this, and then after that it's just to see who can get the highest, and then you do have the scoreboard around the world. So like, it is still there in a sense, I guess, but no, like in the traditional sense of the challenge maps, yeah, it's weird that they've taken it out, and I don't know, it's kind of an odd thing that's always been in the game, and now they're going to add it as DLC instead. It's kind of weird, but it doesn't break me up too much about it, but it does seem weird that like every game has them, and in the last game they remove them. It's just odd. But Tactical Gibbon 1 said, I believe that the PC version is still terrible. Of course, that's talking about Arkham Knight. Yeah, like I feel sorry for PC gamers, because, like, on one hand, like, when a game does work on PC, it's fantastic, but when it doesn't, it really doesn't. Like, but, hey-ho. It's why I prefer console. It's not nothing against PC, it's just I'm lazy and I just want to put a disc in and play, so. Tactical Gibbon 1 also said, Dave, did you romance anyone in Mass Effect games just out of curiosity? And if you did, who were they? I'm guessing you mean, did I romance anybody else in Mass Effect? Because obviously, as you see from my my Mass Effect walkthrough, I romanced Liara, and then I romanced Tali in Mass Effect 2 and 3. So, I'm guessing you mean, like, did I romance anybody else? In that case, I romanced, I played through, like, a Renegade version, like, just on my own, off camera, and I romanced Ashley in Mass Effect 1, purely because it's a Renegade character. I felt like Ashley fit the Renegade like stance a lot better, but also because there was only a choice between Liara and Ashley, and I'd already romanced Liara. So, but in in Mass Effect 2, I romanced Jack, and then I was going to continue that romance in Mass Effect 3 as well, but I never really got that far. I got distracted doing other stuff. But yeah, other than Tali and Liara, I romanced Jack. And Ashley just because she was the only other option, so. But like, yeah, like, I was very tempted in my Paragon playthrough to romance Jack, because she's an hilarious character. Like, it was always going to be a toss-up between Jack and Tali. I think in the end I went with Tali, because not only is she just a lovable nerd, that everybody loves, but she's also a main character in all 3 games, but in 2 and 3. So I could then continue that romance in 3 and actually have her as a main character. So, but no, it was a close call. I do enjoy Jack. Sonic FTW said, don't read below for spoilers, but I won't do that until it says Reborn. Okay, so we do have some Arkham Knight spoilers, but they're not for until I've answered these previous questions. So like last week, I will be answering questions about Arkham Knight. So if you still do not want spoilers about Arkham Knight, then just skip forwards the video a minute. When I'll warn you, I'll tell you when I'm about to read out like a spoiler question. But when that comes, just skip forwards the video a minute, and if I'm still talking about it, skip forwards another minute, and just keep doing that until I'm no longer talking about Arkham Knight. But it's the only real way I can get around answering your questions and not spoiling it for you. But I'll definitely tell you if I'm about to read out a spoiler, so don't worry. So, non-spoilers right now. Questions are, favourite adult comedy? Yours is South Park. Favourite adult comedy is probably Family Guy. Like, Seth MacFarlane just cracks me up. Like, American Dad's okay. It can be funny. It's more something that I watch just because it's late night and it's a cartoon, so I watch it. But it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, there's only really a few times watching American Dad I've really laughed, but Family Guy's hilarious. I love Family Guy. That program is just so damn funny. Are you getting Fallout 4 midnight release? You are. I'll probably get Fallout 4 when it comes out, but I doubt I'll go to the midnight release. It's not a game like Arkham Knight or, I don't know, Mass Effect or something like that I'm just like, oh my god, I've got to get this now. Like, I'll probably get Fallout 4 at some point, but I doubt I'd go to the midnight release. Favourite superhero game? Yours is Ultimate Alliance 2. Yeah, Ultimate Alliance 2 is a good shout. It's kind of nostalgic for me in a little bit as well, because I remember being so excited for Ultimate Alliance 2 to come out, and then when I did, I just played it so much. And not only that, it's about the Civil War as well, and obviously myself, and I'm assuming most of you guys as well, we love the Civil War, so like probably Ultimate Alliance 2 as well. I'm forgetting a game. Oh, I don't know, Ultimate Alliance 2 or Arkham Knight, because Arkham Knight is really like, I love that game. I really love that game. I love that game a lot more than I ever expected to. So Ultimate Alliance 2, Arkham Knight, maybe like Shattered Dimensions or Edge of Time, like those Spider-Man games are hella fun. I don't know, but yeah, probably Ultimate Alliance 2 or Arkham Knight. Probably a toss-up between one of them 2 games. I just find them so much fun. Favourite superhero movie? Yours is Iron Man 1. Mine is probably... Favourite? I don't know. Mine is... It's so hard to pick a favourite, because I like loads of them for different reasons. So I like the Spider-Man movies because Spider-Man. I like the X-Men movies because X-Men. I like the first Fantastic Four film. I don't know why. I just can't help but enjoy it. Like, I really do. I don't know why. It's just got a soft spot in my heart. Age of Ultron was absolutely fantastic. Winter Soldier was a good film. Like, I don't know. It's hard to pick. It's really hard to pick a favourite. Guardians? Probably Guardians, actually. Oh, I don't know. Age of Ultron or Guardians, I'd probably say is my favourite. I don't know. Like, it honestly, like, I find it so hard to pick favourites because it depends what mood I'm in. Like, at one point, like, Guardians is a film I can watch over and over and over again, and I have. Like, I remember one night in particular, I finished watching it, and then I just pressed play again and just had it playing in the background while I was doing other stuff because I enjoy it so much. But then when I think that's a good film, whereas I think Age of Ultron's a better, like, superhero film. Like, I don't know, like, it's hard to pick. I'm useless at picking favourites, so. Alright, so these next questions are coming from Sonic FTW. These are Arkham Knight spoilers, so if you don't want anything spoiled for Arkham Knight, skip forwards the video about a minute or so, and if I'm still talking about it, skip forwards another minute until I'm no longer talking about it. But I'll try and answer them quite quick so we can get past all spoilers. So, spoilers for Arkham Knight coming now. Right. What do you think of the other Jokers? I like Charisma and the old guy. I don't know what his name is. Yeah, I forget what his name is as well, but I thought they were alright. I kind of liked how they were, each one of them had a different personality aspect of Joker, which I think was also brought out depending on whatever their base personality was as well, so. But I thought that was kind of cool. And I like as well, you also see these other Jokers hinted at throughout the game. Like, right at the very start where you're in the diner, as Officer Owens, you see a poster for the old man Joker that's missing. So like that's kind of cool. When right at the very start opening cutscene, when Scarecrow's on the monitor in the center of Gotham, and he's saying like that was just 5% or 5 vials of my toxin or whatever it was. There's a banner going across, like in lights, advertising saying Johnny Charisma live. So like it's cool because like they put them throughout the the rest of the game as well. Like there's a bit when you're first Officer Owens as well, and you're walking through that diner. One of the characters in that diner is somebody who is later on kidnapped by one of the most wanted criminals as well, and like you have to save them. So that's kind of cool. Like they just put little stuff in there, but yeah, I thought they were kind of cool. I liked how they had different personalities of it, like different parts of his personality. I thought that was kind of cool. So, what do I think about Batman being the 5th Joker? Amazing reveal, and explains why Joker's in his head. And was that because of the fear toxin? I forgot that too. Nonetheless, I thought the game was excellent. So yeah, like I sort of clocked that pretty early on because we knew in Arkham City that Joker had injected him with the vial of his blood. So if these guys were becoming Joker because they had his blood in him, then it was kind of it went without saying that Batman was going to be the other Joker, especially the second Joker appears in his head because of the fear toxin, and then you find out that those other Jokers are there. Like it was like you knew that's what it was straight away. Like you knew there's no other reason Joker would be in his head. Like once the fear toxin was wore off, why would Joker still be there? Like so. But it was cool. Like, I definitely enjoyed it, and Joker just made that game so entertaining. The one-liners he would come out with were just so funny. But yeah, no, I thought it was cool. I thought it was like it's been an overrun theme through all the Arkham games that Joker's always saying like, "Oh, we're one in the same." And like in Origins, they touched on that when Joker first met Batman, he was just like, they even went for that thing where Joker's walking along as what was it, the Red Hood or something like that. He was walking along, and he was saying about how he's finally met his soulmate, and Harley Quinn thinks she's talking about her, when really he's talking about Batman. So it's something they've been building up ever since Arkham Asylum, that these two are one in the same. So to have Joker in his head was just like the perfect representation of that. So, anywho, Arkham Knight spoilers over. Sonic FTW said, "I'd love it if you made a personal channel with personal things and or pranks where you and your girlfriend prank each other." So yeah, like most of you guys, when I asked about like setting up a personal channel, most of you guys seem interested in it. So I'll probably get that set up. It will never be regular content. It will just be like one video once in the blue moon when something funny happens, or I just record a video, or probably like like you see all those people on like Vine and Instagram who just walk along holding the camera up doing something. It'll probably do stuff like that. Like I'll be editing or so I'll be doing something and I'll just think of something, and instead of just like whacking it on Facebook, I'll probably just record a quick video and chuck it on the personal channel. So, but yeah, if I do make something like that, I'll let you guys know that there is a personal channel for you guys to check out. So, but yeah, like it sounds like fun. Just a little bit of nothing. No thought, no like planning into it. Just silly odd videos every now and then. But yeah. If I set that up, I'll let you guys know. WJS Gamer said, "Dave, I think your Mass Effect walkthroughs are so long because you have so many of those episodes where you just go around the ship talking to people." Yeah, I do, but they were only once in the blue moon. Like, in Mass Effect 2, that was 112 episodes long, I think. And I think out of them, only 20 of them were Normandy stories. And even then, those videos are only like 5 minutes long, 10 minutes long. Like, they're not long videos. When the Normandy Stories episodes, like if I cut them out, the walkthrough still would have been 90 episodes long. So, but you need that. Like if you ignore your crew while you play Mass Effect, then you might as well not play it. Like your crew are like what makes Mass Effect so awesome. Other than the awesome story, of course. But the Darkman One Fest said, "I'll definitely be interested in the second channel." Yep, cool. Jim Jenks said, facepalm, Jon Stewart isn't an actor, he's the character Tyrese Gibson is rumoured to be playing in Green Lantern. Yeah, trust me, I was facepalming myself after I did that one. Because like last week, someone said, like, "Oh, what do you think about Jon Stewart being one of the Green Lanterns?" And I typed it in. Of course, I find like, was it The Daily Show or The Late Show or something like that, with the presenter, Jon Stewart. And I'm thinking, I doubt he's going to be the Green Lantern. Of course, novice, noob, non-DC reader over here, unaware that that's the name of the character. So, yeah, but yeah, like Tyrese Gibson, he looks like he'll probably be quite a decent fit for Green Lantern. We'll have to, I guess it's one of those things we'll just have to wait and see. But Sonic FTW said, clothing line ideas. Batman jumping down with writing saying death from above. An explosion with writing in yellow and orange saying boom baby. Batman, Spider-Man or Deadpool hitting someone and it says Thousand Fists of Fury. Or instead of Batman jumping down, maybe it could just be a goon that jumped down on you in Arkham Asylum saying death from above as well. Yes, like, I've been looking into like the merchandise idea. Like, you guys seem like you would be quite interested in doing something like that, and obviously I definitely think, I mean, that'd be an awesome idea to make that sort of stuff. I've been looking into it. It's like the website I was looking at, it was just really weird to navigate, so I'm looking at other places where maybe I could come up with some merchandising. My only concern is with stuff like with Batman, Spider-Man, Deadpool, is I'm not sure if I'd actually be able to have them on a t-shirt, cup, mug, stuff like that, because obviously that's copyright to Marvel and DC, and I really do not want to start going down that road. Like, that's just a whole bunch of stress I could really be dealing without. But stuff like Death from Above, Boom Baby, like all that sort of stuff, like, yeah, no, I'll definitely t-shirts, posters, mugs, like, yeah, if you guys are interested in it, I'm definitely gonna look into getting that sort of stuff made up. So Zarak002 said, "Hi Dave, you are my #1 YouTuber for gaming walkthroughs. I discovered you by accident whilst I was searching for Mass Effect 2 walkthrough and have never looked back. My question is, what was your first ever computer game that you played and on what system was it? Mine was Crash Team Racing on the original PlayStation. On a side note, I have started to watch your Arkham Knight walkthrough, and although I am well into the game, I like to watch how you progress through the game. Plus, like you, I don't like spoilers, so I've managed to avoid all guides, walkthroughs, cheats, hints, etc. Let's just see if I manage to finish the game before your walkthrough is complete. P.S. I think Wendelius is after you, now sending a pair of flies to spy on you. Don't worry, I'll send Commander Shepard to look after you." Ah, thank you very much, Zarek. Commander Shepard will have my back. But yeah, luckily the flies have not returned for this week's Captain's Quarters. That was silly, like, I watched the video back and you don't see the flies in front of my face. It looks like I'm just swatting a fart or something. Damn flies. No, they're definitely not here this week. So, but anyway, no, thank you very much for the kind words. I'm glad you liked the Mass Effect 2 walkthrough. It's personally one of my favourites. Not just 'cause it's one of my favourite games, but I think the whole trilogy, the Mass Effect trilogy walkthrough, just went so well in my mind. Like, there were so many things that could have gone wrong in such a vast game, and I just think it went so well. Especially when you get teabagging Kasumi as well. Best glitch ever. But yeah, so your question was, what's the first ever computer game that I played, and on what system was it? Stretching my mind as far back as I can go, the first computer game I ever played, I don't know what its name was. It was on the, what was it called? The Amstrad, I think it was. Like a really, really, really old PC system. I think it was the Amstrad, and it was this game where it was like one of those top-down castle games, and you had to, using WASD or the arrows, you had to move your character just along. Like, obviously, all you saw was it from like, the top of his head, and there would just be these lines at the wall of the castle, and there would be a snake there, and there was like a sword there, and I had to get the sword and then use that sword to kill the snake, and then walk through a door. And it was all very, very old. That was back when floppy disks were like this big, and they actually were floppy, like they were just like a piece of paper almost, and they had this huge, very thin circular disc on the inside of them that was like, oh, this really thin material. But yeah, that was the very first game I can ever remember playing, like, on a console. Barring that, then you've got stuff like the Sega Mega Drive, playing stuff like Alex the Kid, which I have now on my PlayStation, actually. Alex the Kid is a fantastic little game. And really hard, though. It teaches you patience. Like, you had, like, 2 or 3 lives. If you died, you didn't go back to a save point. There weren't save points. You went back to the very beginning of the game. So, like, if you were on the last level and you got defeated by the boss, sorry, buddy, you are back to the very start of the game. Like, that game taught me patience. I don't think I ever got past the 3rd level, either. Bear in mind, I was, like, what, 12 at the time or something? Like, 10, 11. Like, I never got past the, the 3rd level. But yeah, like that's probably like the first gaming console game I can remember playing. Before that, yeah, it was that like castle game on the Amstrad. Like back then on the Amstrad, you didn't have like a PC desktop. You didn't have all these icons. You didn't click on anything like that. All you had was a black screen with a flashing cursor, and you had to type in like capital C semicolon / arrow, I think it was, and then you type in the name of the game, and then type in run, and that was how you got the games to play. Like, of course, now you got desktops and apps, and And I'm showing my age. But yeah, like, that was the first game I can ever remember playing. And then, of course, after Alex the Kid, there was like Sonic and Crash Team Racing, all that stuff when I eventually got a PlayStation. But yeah, other than that, I can't really remember a lot of games that are on the Master System. Sonic the Hedgehog. There was this game, Spec Ops or something Ops or something like that, where I actually had a gun and you had to shoot everything that would pop up on the screen. Because I was young, I literally just used to put the gun right against the screen and just keep shooting until everything was dead. Somehow I still lost. Like, I don't know, maybe the game didn't like cheating though. But anywho, Sonic FTW said, one of my comments never came through, but I'll say it again. So this is, again, spoilers for Arkham Knight, so if you want to obviously avoid all spoilers, skip ahead and keep skipping ahead until I stop talking about it. So, spoilers for Arkham Knight right now. Do you like Joker's poem? If you haven't heard, it goes like this. There was a gal, once I get my words out, there was a gal named Oracle. She was an expert in all things technological, but in a fear toxin bind, she blew her own mind. Sadly, that is not metaphorical. This is why Joker is my favourite villain, but Spidey is still my favourite hero. Yeah, like that poem. That's one of the many reasons why Joker was so hilarious in this game. Not only that, the song he sings, or I should say the song Johnny Charisma sings, oh, it slayed me. Like, I stopped defusing bombs at that point and just watched. Oh, it was so funny. But no, Joker made that game in my mind. Like, he made that game so funny. But, yeah, it was hilarious. But anyway, moving away from Arkham Knight spoilers, AJ Singh said, okay, you got a few questions. So, what do you think of the Beast? Do you mean Beast as in from X-Men's Beast? If that's the case, then yeah, I've always liked him. Like, sometimes I back and forth between my liking and my not disliking, but my liking and sometimes thinking, alright, Beast, calm down. Like, when he was first butting heads with Cyclops, I was like, Beast. It's like, he's doing what he can to save mutants. And then, of course, my Cyclops went too far, and I was like, alright, yeah, Beast was onto something. Like, there's a reason why he became a member of the Avengers way before any other member of the X-Men did. And, then obviously, like, he's part of the Secret Avengers and a part of the Illuminati, and like, there's a reason for this. It's because he is that cool. But like Beast, he's a character that I think he's like one of those mainstays. Like, he's just iconic. He just always has been. I think he always will be. But yeah, I enjoy Beast. Have you read the old Avengers comics? There's plenty of old ones. If you mean like the originals. Then when like Scarlet Witch and Hawkeye and Quicksilver joined, and then when Beast and Miss Marvel and all of them joined, no, I haven't read any of them. Like, other than like obviously the stuff I've got behind me, like some of the let's get up. Like, every day I do this. Like, every time I do these cameras calls, I get up and I look at these comics. So let's ring up the old camera so you can have a look. And let's have a little looky-loo and see what we have here. So we have, in the ways of old Avengers comics, we have a Thor one there. Yeah, we've got Secret Wars 1 and 2, like obviously the very old original Secret Wars, not the one that's happening now. There are, well, where is it? Avengers Forever. That isn't that old, but it's still older in like the grand scheme of things, I guess. And then we've got some of the classics down here. What do we have? We have, that's Fantastic Four. That's Iron Man. No, I guess I really haven't. We've got the Birth of Ultron. That's an old Avengers one. I suppose I could read that at some point, but what's that? Captain America, The Fall of the Secret Empire, and all that sort of jazz. So, but no, like other than the stuff I have up there, which to be honest, I still need to get around to reading. I'm reading other stuff at the moment. Oh, which reminds me, actually, I have to. There's something actually I wanted to tell you guys about something I'm reading at the moment, but I'll finish this first. So, I always leave this too high afterwards, every time. Now it's too low. Now you're just going to have to watch my crutch for the rest of this thing. There we go, yeah. So, like, other than, like, some of the stuff up there that I really need to get around to reading at some point, I haven't really read any of the old Avengers stuff. It goes back to, like, what I was saying last week about, like the old comics and the old Spider-Man comics and stuff like that. Like, I've got to a point where like, unless it's a really iconic story, like there's a line that I just don't go back anymore, because not only is like the storytelling and the art style and all that sort of stuff different, but it's got to a point where it's not relevant anymore. Like anything that happened back there, like so much happens in the Marvel universe, anything that happened that far back really isn't that important anymore. Like you need to look back to Civil War, which was what, 2006 I think Civil War was. All the outcome, and that like shook up the Marvel universe. All the outcomes from Civil War are no longer in effect. Like the Superhuman Registration Act is no longer in effect. Nobody knows Peter Parker's identity anymore, other than like some of the Avengers and stuff like that. Like whereas before the whole world knew, now nobody knows. Like so many things have gone back to the status quo. Like obviously until now with Secret Wars. So like past a certain point, you don't really have to read it because like none of that's important anymore. Like the Scarlet Witch was like once like one of the big members of the Avengers, and then she destroyed the Avengers and everyone hated her. Now she's gone back to just being like she's normal again. Like the mutants don't really hate her as much anymore, like the Avengers don't really hate her as much anymore. Like she's just back to being common ground. So after enough time, like time passes. So but yeah, what I was going to say before I move on to the rest of your questions, AJ, is I have been, after talking about, like, you guys know how much I love Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, Ultimate Spider-Man was just, like, the best thing I think I've ever read. And recently I've started reading Miles Morales' Ultimate Spider-Man, because I really just wanted to get into that. I never really got a chance to, and I was enjoying it. I hit one storyline called Divided We Fall, United We Stand, which was really cool. It was kind of like the Ultimates Universe's version of Civil War, but instead of superhumans, Civil War, it was more like all the humans, all the super-powered people versus Hydra, and they caused America to go into a civil war instead of just the superhero community. So it was kind of cool. But because I was only reading it from Miles Morales' perspective, it was one of those events where really you want to read it from everyone's perspective. So I thought to myself, I want to go back. I want to go back to a point and read, because there isn't like a whole plethora of comics like there is in 616, where you got Daredevil and Punisher and the Young Avengers and the New Avengers and the New Warriors, and you got so many comics. In the Ultimate Universe, that's not so. You have Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, the Ultimates, and that's pretty much it. And then obviously the Fantastic Four's no more, so really it's just the Ultimates, X-Men and Spider-Man. Like they're the only real three mainstay comics that in the Ultimate Universe. So I thought to myself, like, I'd really like to go back and read all of them. Like, I'd enjoy all of them. To which I found a forum which has posted a chronological reading order from the very first Ultimate comic, being Ultimate Spider-Man #1, all the way up until just past, no, up until Cataclysm, which was a which was an outcome of, I believe, the Age of Ultron storyline in 616, and Galactus gets somehow thrown into the Ultimate Universe instead. So if you think Ultimate Spider-Man #1 first started in year 2000, and then Age of Ultron happened like a year or two ago, that's over a decade of reading confined into a reading order list. So I'll put the link in the description to that. All of them, if you are subscribed to the unlimited subscription of Marvel, all of them are available on, every single one of them are available to read under the Marvel Unlimited subscription. So you can read absolutely everything that has ever happened in the Ultimate Universe in chronological order by following this forum post. So links in the description to that. If you are subscribed to Marvel Unlimited, which I always will highly suggest that you do, it's so worth the money, then yeah, you can go on the journey that I'm on right now and read through them. Like if I bring up, obviously you guys can't see it, but if I bring up now, the way they list it is so fantastic. Like there's two lists. They've got a red list at the top. I'm following the blue list at the bottom because it seems to be a bit more ordered. They'll say like read Ultimate Spider-Man 1 to 7, then read X-Men 1 to 2, and then read a team-up event, and then read X-Men 3 to 5, then read Spider-Man 8, then read X-Men 6. And it basically lists the best chronological order to where it will make sense, because then that way when you get to an event, oh, like, they don't do many events in the Ultimate Universe, but when they do, oh, they're enjoyable. Ultimatum, holy hell. Oh, I was on the edge of my seat reading Ultimatum back in the day, and I can't wait now to read it and see it from everyone's perspective. Like, oh, it's gonna be so good. But yeah, links in the description to that. If you're subscribed to Marvel Unlimited, oh, this is such an awesome place to go with, because it is the very start of the Ultimate Universe up until eventually going to be the end of the Ultimate Universe. Obviously, with Secret Wars, the Ultimate Universe, and 616, the main continuity, they sponged together. So obviously, I haven't read that yet. I'm excited to read that, but yeah, you can literally, on the Ultimate, like the Unlimited subscription thing, read all of the Ultimate Universe. All of it. From start to end. And now we have a chronological order as well. So, do it, man. Like, that'd be so cool. That's what I'm doing now, and I'm loving every second of it. But, yeah, with that being said, going back to AJ Singh's questions, what is your favourite comic book event? That's Civil War. Hands down Civil War. Like, the main core 7 issues is awesome, but a lot of people have said, and I completely agree, that you need to read all the tie-ins that come with it. Again, if you've got part of the Unlimited subscription of Marvel, they're all there, all in chronological order. Give them a read. Like, Civil War itself is a fantastic event, but the backstory and all the tie-in issues, they make that event what it is. Like, they are the nitty-gritty. They tell you so much more which happens behind the scenes. The politics, like the politics of the superheroes, not of the actual politicians. Like, the politics of what's going on. What's Tony Stark at? And instead of just the fights, you're seeing Tony Stark second-guessing himself. You're seeing Captain America losing faith. You're seeing all these characters switch sides. You're seeing the reporters on the front line just watching these superheroes destroy New York in this battle. Like, the tie-ins make Civil War a fantastic story. It's an awesome story on its own, but the tie-ins are what make it just go up and above and beyond. Like, it's just so good. And it's true, because the Civil War affected everyone. There's no way nobody could not be tied into it. And it's one of the few Marvel events I've ever seen the Punisher be a part of. Like, I can't think of any event, really, where Punisher has been a part. Like, Siege, Secret Invasion, all this sort of stuff. Like, he might be doing his own thing, but he's never there with the rest of them. Civil War, he appeared. He was there. Spider-Man, Captain America, and there was Punisher as well, so. But yeah, Civil War, hands down. Do you think they are going to make Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3? They should. They should. Like, how many times have I had to say this? They should make Marvel Alliance 3. Stop with all these Facebook mobile, just generic games, and make Ultimate Alliance 3. Just, I don't get how they can't. The first two were well, the first one at least, but the first two were such a huge success. Everybody loves them. I don't get why they haven't. Especially with the success of the movies now as well. Like, why are they not thinking, man, we could cash out on this? There was a game where you could play as Iron Man, Tony Stark, the Hulk, Hawkeye, like, everyone that basically, it would probably just be everyone that's been in the movies, let's face it, that would be the way they would do it. Like, if they could do that, why wouldn't they? Just, not only would you get kids playing it, you'd get adults playing it as well. Like, I would play the hell out of it. I just don't know why they haven't. I know some of it might have been like publishing rights or something like that, because I think they made the first one with Activision, and then when they made Marvel vs. Capcom, they lost the rights to Activision or something like that. I can't remember, but just do it with a different company, like. Join up with Rocksteady. Oh, can you imagine that? Ultimate Alliance 3 made by Rocksteady, the people who made the Batman games. Like, how cool would that be? Oh, that'd be fantastic. Next gen as well, like. Damn it, Marvel, just make a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Just do it already. What do you think of Thor? He's alright. Like, that's pretty much the extent of my opinion of Thor, to be honest with you. Like, I love the movie Thor. I love that Thor. I think he's hilarious. In the comics, I'm just like, if I'm reading Avengers and Thor's there, okay. But other than that, I have no real interest in him. Like, anytime we end up going to Asgard in the Avengers, I'm just like, in the Avengers comics, I'm just like, oh, like, I don't know why, I just do not find it interesting at all. He's like, and then Niflheim, and it just always sounds like they're talking about cold remedies every time they go places. It's like, it's just like, it sounds like they're just listing gross parts of your body. Heimdown, Niflheim. But, like, I like Thor as a character. Thor's cool, and in the movies, I love the movie version of Thor. I think he's brilliant. But in the comics, like, I've read a few issues, like, obviously that came with the graphic novel collection and stuff like that, and I read a few of them. But I can never say I sat there and I was just like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? So I was just like, okay, fair enough. Like, this is Thor. What's your favourite game that you have? It's probably like in relation to what somebody was saying earlier. Probably Arkham Knight, Ultimate Alliance 2. Oh, Mass Effect. What? What am I talking about? Mass Effect, hands down my favourite. Arkham Knight, Ultimate Alliance 2. All them, they're close seconds though. But yeah, Mass Effect. The General of Fire. My question for the Arkham Knight is, Cash. Tell me if I'm wrong or right, just saying, I have not got next gen to play it. What? Oh, my guess is the Arkham Knight cache. Oh, I don't think this is a spoiler, but no, the Arkham Knight is not cache. If it was, it would not have been my favourite game. You knew, if I just sat here, everyone's raving about how awesome Arkham Knight is, and I sat there and went, I hate Arkham Knight, meh! Like straight away, you'd be like, oh, Aaron Cash has done something. Like he's wound Dave up. But no, like this isn't a spoiler, but the Arkham Knight is not Aaron Cash, or is he? Travis Temple said, thanks for uploading your Batman Let's Play, Dave. I was having a bad day that day, so thank you. You're more than welcome, and I hope your day has improved. Okie pokey, so Tanjil Malik has put serious spoilers. Alright, so some more about Batman, so I'll read the ones that aren't spoilers first. So, since the new Mass Effect is going to be called Mass Effect Andromeda, do you think the leak about the new Mass Effect is entirely true? If with regards to the leak that I was telling you guys about, then yeah, possibly I could see it still being true. Because like we know that Andromeda is basically a different, whole entire different like universe, different galaxy. I don't know the specifics of how the universe works, but it's a completely different area. So everything that we found out about the leak, like the time scale is completely different compared to the first trilogy. So it could be really far in the future. We're in a completely new area. That's true as well. Like so far, everything in the leak seems to be holding up. There's probably loads of things I'm forgetting because it's a long time since I looked at it. But I mean, if you talk about like being in a different area, being in the future, stuff like that, yeah, that all seems to reign true. That seems to hold up. So I think so. Anyway, so a few Batman Arkham Knight spoilers coming up. So again, skip the video now if you do not want to hear Arkham Knight spoilers. So you've been warned. Also, have you seen the secret intro to Batman Arkham Knight, which, by the way, scared the hell out of me? I have not seen that. I did not know there was a secret intro, and I'm going to have to look into that. And, last question I'm not actually going to answer, because I know I've said Arkham Knight spoilers, be warned, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff, but this one's a big spoiler, literally it's just talking about the end of the game, so I'm not going to answer that one. But, just to you, Tanjil Malik, I'm going to say yes, I think that's exactly what he's done. But I'm not actually going to read out the question, because I don't want to ruin it, so... Anyway, so enough of the Arkham Knight spoilers. Tanjil Malik also said, I think that having a channel where you do random things is a great idea. You should start one. Yeah, so if I start that second channel, I'll, just random personal channel, then I'll let you guys know. Blast Eye Studios said, Dave, what is the weirdest song you have ever gotten stuck in your head? Because I have You Are a Pirate from Lazy Town. Don't ask how I got it there. If you have a cure, help. I don't have a cure, man. Like... Getting songs stuck in your head is the most irritating thing in the world. I can't think of the most annoying song I've ever got stuck in my head. I think basically any song is equally annoying, and I think the most annoying thing about getting a song stuck in your head is when you don't remember all the lyrics. And you have like the first line of 2 or 3 verses stuck in your head, and you're just like, and that's what happened. Like, that is the most irritating thing about getting a song stuck in your head, is when you don't actually know the words, but it's still stuck in your head. Like, that's got to be the worst thing. Also, I started volunteering at a local radio show, online radio show, and could be getting my own radio show where I plan to talk about superheroes, video games, and anime, and play music that relates to it. Will you wish me luck? Yes, definitely, man. Yeah, good luck. Like all good things to you. Like, that sounds like an awesome thing. Like doing something like that sounds like fantastic. That sounds like the dream job. So yeah, congratulations, man. I wish you all the best. John Stewart is one of the names of the Lanterns. Dave, you silly man. Yes, I can only apologise. I am dense when it comes to DC. Also, I thought Scarecrow was the perfect villain for Arkham Knight, as he can make half the stuff that happened. Yeah, like, Scarecrow kind of took me by surprise. Like, when I first saw the trailer saying that Scarecrow was going to be the villain for Arkham Knight, I was a bit kind of like, huh. Because I always saw Scarecrow as like a B-list villain at best. Like, I always saw him as like a side character. Like, obviously I don't read DC, so I'm probably very wrong, but... just playing the Arkham games, he just seemed like one of those side characters that just pops up and you easily defeat, and then, like, alright, bye Scarecrow. Like, he didn't seem like the big one, like one of the big Batman enemies to me. Like, obviously I'm wrong, but no, like, I thought he was a good villain for Arkham Knight. It played out really well, I thought. Deodorant1 said, have you considered using Comixology for reading DC Comics? Yes, after seeing this comment, I actually went to the website and I saw, obviously, there's a bunch of DC Comics there. But the reason why I go to Marvel Unlimited to read the Marvel comics is not because I need a place to read them. It's the fact that I pay £60 a year and I can read as many as I like for, well, not really for free, but like I don't get charged for every individual issue. Once I paid that £60 a year, I can read as many as I like in that rear. In that rear? I can read as many as I like in that year. As so, like in my first year, I read over like 300-400 issues of Spider-Man just for £60. Like individually, I mean, let's actually get up a calculator and work that out. If one issue of Amazing Spider-Man was $2.99, for example, and I read over 400 of them, that would have cost me £1,196. Whereas on Marvel Unlimited, I read it for £60. So like that's why I read stuff on Marvel Unlimited. And I went to Comixology thinking, oh no, here's a place where I can read DC. Now I'm never going to get anything done ever because I'm going to have this whole new universe open to me. But no, like they still charge you for every individual issue. It's still like, so for that I might as well just go. If I'm going to get charged $1.99 to read it, I might as well just go out and buy it myself. Like even on Marvel Unlimited. Like, for that £60, I can read however many I like, blah, 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 only up until a certain point, only up until, like, 6 months behind the current step. However, the newest issues, they do still upload to Marvel Unlimited, it's just you have to pay extra to read, like, the absolute newest stuff, and then about 6 months later, they introduce it to Marvel Unlimited so you can read it for free as part of your subscription. So, like, if I wanted to read brand new, up-to-date Marvel stuff, I still can. I just have to pay the individual, like, $1.99, $2.99 to read that issue. Or I can wait 6 months and read it for free as part of my my subscription. Or free, I guess, when you count I'm paying £60 a year. But, yeah, as I say, like, Comixology is, like, a cool way if I just want to read them online. But I still have to pay for every individual issue. So I might as well just buy them myself, so... It's a good idea, but it doesn't really, it's not really the sort of thing I was looking for. I was looking, like, if DC ever did, like, a DC Unlimited, where you pay £60 a year and you can read however many issues you like, then yeah, I'd definitely read DC. Lucas, I can never pronounce your last name, said, is there something still wrong with your hand, because I sprained my wrist? Oh no, my hand's fine. My hand is, just dandy. It's basically just loads of dry, flaky skin now, where all the burns and the scars are healing up very nicely. I'm gonna say that I thought my hand was gonna be horribly scarred, but now like it's working just fine. It's just perfect. Healed a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. But no, thank you very much, and I hope your wrist gets better. But anyway, I know a way that you can watch Flash and Arrow for free. You go to putlocker.com. Yeah, Putlocker. That's where I've streamed stuff in the past. Like Putlocker is quite often where I've watched my stuff. I think my friend sent me a link for both Flash and DC where I can both Flash and Arrow where I can watch them. So yeah, it's not a case of finding a place to watch them. It's more just finding time to watch them. I've got too much other stuff I want to do. I'm too heavily reading the Ultimate Universe right now. Griffin Namaroff said, "Hey Dave, how was your week?" My week's been alright. Not great, not bad, just meh. How's your week been? My week was... Oh, sorry, you answered it right here. My week was good and bad. Good because I went to Busch Gardens, but bad because my grandfather died a few days ago, and I do not know how my grandmother's handling it. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, Griffin. I hope your grandmother's doing well, and I'm very sorry to hear that. That sucks, mate. Anyway, my question is, would you consider doing smithing in Skyrim? It's a great way of getting new weapons and armor and will allow you to improve your weapons and armor. You can use it to create better light armor and improve enchanted weapons and armor once you get them in the skill in the level up screen. Yeah, so a lot of people have expressed like how good smithing is, but I already know how I'm gonna create Gaston. I already know what I'm gonna do. Like, it's like eventually I come across good weapons. Like, it hasn't actually been uploaded yet, but in my latest recording session, I actually end up buying a weapon, which is it's really cool. Like, it took me by surprise the second I saw it. I was just like, ooh, I have to get this. But yeah, like a lot of people told me how great smithing is, and I know like smithing is awesome. Like, not only create your own armor, your own weapons, you know, you can improve them, make it fine weaponry, stuff like that. Like, I get that, but I already know how I'm leveling Gaston up. I've already looked at the level tree. I've already looked at the amount of points I'm going to get, and I know where I'm going to allocate them. So if I get later on and I filled up everything I want to fill up, and then I've got some points remaining, yeah, why not chuck it in smithing? Why not improve my armor? Like, it makes sense. But for now, smithing is just not a part of the character I'm building. Like, the character I'm building, as you know, one-handed weaponry, light armor, bow, sneak. Eventually speech and possibly pickpocketing, but that's not really as important for me. Illusion, maybe a little bit in restoration magic. Oh, and enchantment. Like, that's the main stuff I'm looking at right now. Like, as I go on, I might find that I have a skill point to use, but nothing to put it in because, like, I haven't got anything to a high enough level. So then, yeah, I might start chucking some extra points and say, like, smithing or alchemy or something like that. But as for right now, I already know how I want to level Gaston up. I know what sort of character I want him to be, so I'm just sticking to that for now. So the General of Fire said Windelius, or however you say his name, wants to team up to take over the captain. I killed the Red Skull and now I own Hydra. You would have all of my resources and we have the zombie virus, so we can leash it on Dave so he has to use his zombie survival plan. Moo ha 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 ha. Well, I'm just going to swiftly move on past that. Nothing about that is what I like the sound of. Zombies killing me, like, no, I do not like the sounds of that at all. Dave, if you like Civil War, which if you don't, I'll have to steal all your comics until you do. The Ultimates has their own version called Divided We Fall, United We Stand, and it is so good. Just so good. Not as a good Civil War, but so good. And Miles Morales is in it, and Texas becomes its own country. Read it or you will suffer. Yeah, so it's funny you say that. Like, as I just mentioned earlier, like, I read that like just last week. Like, not all the issues. I only read like Miles Morales is part of it because, as I said, like, now I'm going back to the very start and I'm going to just read everything. So hopefully, when I get to Divided We Fall, United We Stand, I'll be reading X-Men, Ultimates, Spider-Man, so like I can read the whole thing of it. But yeah, it's funny you say that. Like, just last week I read that. Like, I read at least Miles Morales' aspect of that. So. Like, how weird is that? Like, you happen to bring that up just as I've read it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to that bit. It's gonna be a long way away. Like, I've got all of Ultimate's history to get through first. But Hans said the Arrow season 2, after a point, takes place while Barry Allen is in a coma, and season 3 when Barry Allen is the Flash. Yeah. So like, as I said before, I'm gonna watch Arrow seasons 1 and 2, and then Arrow season 3 along with Flash season 1 at the same time. So like one after the other. But I'll look into it before I start watching them so I can time them up perfectly. Just like I am with the Ultimate Universe, and I'm reading it in chronological order. I'm going to do that when I hit to season 3 of Arrow. I'm going to watch Flash and Arrow in chronological order so they tie in perfectly together. But Yusuf Yasir said, "What's up, Dave? How's it going?" It's going okay, man. How's it going for you? To answer your question about Arkham Knight on PC, the game didn't even run. As soon as you loaded up the main menu and pressed start, the game would just turn off. I was really looking forward to the game. Also, I am currently fasting, meaning I cannot eat anything from 3 AM to 9 PM for 30 days. So in 2 weeks, Saturday or Friday, is EID? I can assume that's probably a misspelling or something, but probably is it a religious festival? Oh, sorry, is a religious festival for Muslims. Oh, sorry, it probably wasn't misspelled then. And if EID is on Saturday, then I can only spend half a day with my dad because my mum and siblings are going on holiday and my dad cannot take a day off work. But that's okay because 2 days after I come back, my Thai family is going camping. So yeah, I've only ever actually met one other person who was fasting before. It was when I was working as a healthcare assistant, and I met someone who was fasting, and I remember him saying to me, like, he had to get close to a patient's face to do something, and he asked if I could do it, and I was like, why is that? And he said it's because he's fasting, he hasn't even been able to brush his teeth, and obviously he didn't want his breath sort of like being really close to someone. And I was just like stuff like that just never even occurred to me before. Like, you think, oh, can't eat and drink, or can't, I don't know if it's eat or drink, is it eat or drink, or just eat? I am also currently fasting, which means I cannot eat anything. Also, you can drink. So obviously, it means you couldn't eat between certain times. Like, it didn't occur to me about like other stuff like that. So, but yeah, like I could never imagine myself doing something like that. Even right now, I had breakfast like 3 hours ago, and I'm starving. I'm really hungry. Like, I can't wait to finish this just so I can have something to eat. Like, I could never do that. I tried going on a diet last week. Like, I've never been a fan of diets. I'd rather just exercise and burn the weight off than change what I eat because I love food. But I tried going on a diet, like just eating fruit and veg and salads, and instead of cakes and biscuits and stuff like that, and I couldn't do it, man. Like, I ate an apple, and I was like, this has not filled me up in the slightest. And then I'd have another one, and then I'd have a banana, then I had a bowl of fruit, and I'm like, I'm starving. This is doing nothing. Like, so like, props to you, man. Like, I could never do that. I just, when it comes to food, I just do not have the willpower. So, all the best and good luck with your fasting, mate. And I hope you look forward to your camping holiday. So, get into the questions. Number 1, if you could be any villain, either Marvel or DC, who would you be? Choose someone who you wouldn't pick. Choose someone who you wouldn't pick. So, so I've got to choose either a villain or who would I be? Who would I be? A villain out of Marvel or DC? Yeah, I've got to pick someone who I wouldn't pick. I guess it's like pick someone I wouldn't normally pick, but I don't know. I've been asked this question so many times and I still don't know. Like, I haven't got. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna cop out and just not answer that because I don't know. I really don't know. I've been asked that question so many times and I've just not got a clue. So I'm just gonna be a big douchebag and skip right over that one. Number 2, who is your least favourite character in films, games, and TV shows? Aaron Cash. No, no, it's not Aaron Cash. My least favourite character in films, games, and TV shows. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm trying to think of the actual characters and not just thinking of actors that wind me up. Oh, I hate questions like this. Not because of the questions, because my mind always draws a blank. Every time people ask me this stuff, I can just never think. There are so many programs I've watched where I have hated a character, like, so badly. And now I just can't think of any. I can't. I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing an absolute blank. I can't think of anything. Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to skip that question as well, mate. I'm just skipping all your questions. But I can't, my mind's drawing a blank. I can't actually honestly think of anybody. Aaron Cash, I guess, but... yeah, I'm sorry, man, drawing a blank. Number 3, are there any games that you would like to play and create walkthroughs of that you wouldn't really play? Oh, I see what you mean. So like, a game that I wouldn't really play, but I would like to do a walkthrough. If I enjoyed the game, then I'd do a walkthrough of it. So, I guess really just like any big release titles. Like all these games come out, like your Bioshocks, your Battlefields, like all these big games come out, and I'm just not interested in them in the slightest. Like, if I was, like, I'd love to do walkthroughs of that, because obviously they would help out my channel quite a lot. Like, having a brand new game just as it comes out, then yeah, like, obviously stuff like that would really help out my channel. It would bring in loads of new subscribers, new views, stuff like that. So, basically, pretty any new games. That's probably what I'd like. But as I say, like, I'm not a huge fan of them, so I just don't really create walkthroughs of them. Number 4, have you seen John Wick? If so, what do you think of it? I thought it was amazing, better than Mad Max Fury Road. I didn't like Fury Road. I haven't seen or even heard of John Wick before, so I couldn't really comment. But I personally liked Fury Road. I thought it was quite a cool film. Number 5, did you know the all-new, all-different Marvel is kind of sort of based of the movies by getting rid of characters Marvel no longer own movie-wise? Sorry for the long question. Have a good week and keep up the good work. P.S. The clown from It is standing behind you. Oh, don't say stuff like that, man. Like, I've brought up, the second you said that, I brought up my webcam so I could look behind me. Like, clearly nothing's behind me, but you say stuff like that and I just get paranoid. And even though I can see behind me, I have to look anyway. You jerk. Like, I can see behind me, and it's clearly not true, but I just have to look. Duh. Anyway, I'm not upset. I'm not sorry. I skipped your questions now. But yeah, so the all new, all different Marvel. Let me quickly just bring up a picture so I can have a look at them. But all new, all different Marvel. Yeah, so like I haven't read any of Secret Wars yet, so obviously looking at this isn't really a spoilers, but I can see what you mean because you look at these characters on this all new, all different Marvel, and you've got Spider-Man. Well, there's a lot of Spider characters because you've got Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and I think there's also Spider-Woman in the background. And then you've got, looking at this picture here, you've got Agent Coulson, you've got Black Panther, you've got Captain America Falcon, Captain America Steve Rogers, Iron Man, I can't remember if I've already said him or not, Ant-Man, Lady Thor, Vision, Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, and some dude with a bow and arrow? Like, I don't know who that is. Is that the new Hawkeye? He looks like a, I don't know, he looks like a tribal kind of like a Hawkeye. So, yeah, like, I have no idea what's happened in Secret Wars, so I know absolutely nothing that's happened, what is going to happen, I've got no idea. But this is the all new, all different Marvel, so I can see what you mean. If you look at these characters and then you relate, so Iron Man movie, Spider-Man movie, Vision movie, Thor, Ant-Man, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, Captain America, Falcon, Black Panther, yeah, they're Agent Coulson. They are all from the movies. The only one that isn't is Spider-Woman. So, yeah, I can see what you mean. Like, and that's the thing. Like they said way back when, like they were like, no, the comics are never going to be affected by the movies. Like they're two separate things, but they have. Fantastic Four stopped. Funnily enough, that's owned by Fox. X-Men still going because it is one of their most popular titles with regards to Marvel. But funnily enough, the Inhumans have suddenly got a huge push, and now they're called the Uncanny Inhumans. Like X-Men's flagship title, the Uncanny X-Men. Now the Inhumans are called the Uncanny Inhumans. And apparently, I heard a rumor that Beast is now joining the Uncanny Inhumans. It's like, yeah, you're not trying to use the Inhumans to replace mutants in the slightest. Like, of course not. So, no, I definitely see what you mean. Like looking on this picture, but I'm excited to see it. Like, I'm really so pumped. Like, I'm reading Ultimate Universe now, not only because Ultimate Universe is coming to an end, and when it happens, I don't want to just be sitting there like Team 616. I want to be sitting there and be shocked. Like, if someone from the Ultimate Universe dies, or gets killed, or their universe gets destroyed or whatever, I want to be just as shocked as if someone from the main continuity 616 dies, or gets killed off. Like, I don't want to be sitting there like, just like, all these Ultimate characters are dying. I'm like, nah, I don't care. So, I'm reading all the Ultimate Universe. Not only so when I eventually read Secret Wars, will it just be so awesome and I just will be like, ah! But also, it'll bide a lot of my time. So I can have something to read while I'm waiting for the Secret Wars to become available as part of the Ultimate subscription. The unlimited subscription, so... But yeah, like, oh man, I can't wait till Secret Wars. Like, obviously it's happening now, but I can't wait to the point where I get to read it. Like, that's gonna be so cool. But... Anywho, the cutest saga there ever was said, Dave, San Andreas came out weeks ago, and the most recent famous one to come out is the new Terminator movie. Oh, I might go see San Andreas, and if not, I might have to just wait for it to come on TV or DVD or something like that. The cutest saga there ever was also said, hell yeah, I want a personal channel just where you upload random silly videos of your life. P.S. I'm not being sarcastic. No, seems like a popular thing. It seems like a lot of you guys would like that. I might have to get on something like that. It might be kind of cool. Somebody has to make an animation of drunk Batman playing COD now. It just needs to be a thing that has to exist. Hell, I would do it if I had any clue on how to do stuff like that. Maybe when you get much more popular, it'll happen. Like, short cartoons and animations is something I've wanted to do for a very long time. But I am got the artistic skills of a cheese sandwich, so I can't draw it. But, like, the ideas... all the time. Like, the amount of times I've been joking around with Kaylee, and she said, like, you come up with stuff that I would never have ever thought of. Like, she was like, how the hell did that pop into your head? And, like, I don't know. Like, the stuff I say makes myself laugh. And I know that sounds really stupid, but I've always been a firm believer. If your jokes don't make you laugh, then why do you expect anybody else to laugh? Right. People say you shouldn't laugh at your own jokes, but I think I'm hilarious. But that was sarcasm, by the way. Like, I'm not that big-headed. But, yeah, like, so, like, short animation, like 1-2 minute clips of little animations and funny things that happen. Like, I've wanted to do that forever, but I'm not a good artist. I can't draw, and I don't know how to animate, so, No. That probably would never happen. But I would love something like that to happen. Especially the drunk Batman. Like, drunk Batman would be hilarious as an animation. Like, as its own series, that would just be so funny. Just constantly, like, loads of other stuff would be happening in the Marvel, in the DC universe. Suddenly Batman just, like, appears on the scene with, like, a can of Foster's or Stella or something like that. Just slurred out, like, stains down his top. He's like, "Where's the bad guys? Oh, I need to fight the bad guys. I need to save Gotham." And they're like, "Bruce, we're not even in Gotham." "Oh, I'm so confused." He just, like, punches some random civilian who had nothing to do with it. It's like, "Batman, why did you do that? That was the person that was going to save us." You know, "It's because I'm Batman." It would just make me it would tickle me, make me laugh. But anyway, swiftly moving on. Timothy Montevelo? I don't know how to say that. Sorry, sorry, Timothy. Timothy said hi. Hello, Timothy. Hello, how you doing, man? Sorry I butchered your name just then. Wendelius Gartharian is back. Back again. Let me read this because it says Batman and Arkham Knight spoilers. Oh man, there's a lot of spoilers in that. Well, sorry Wendelius, but there is a lot of spoilers about Arkham Knight there, and not one of them is a question, so I'm not going to spoil something just for the sake of spoiling it. So, sorry Wendelius, unless Wendelius starts asking some questions, I'm going to start moving past. Sorry man, I killed you in Skyrim, and you've had more than your 15 minutes of fame. Time that Wendelius gets laid to rest, I feel. The cutest title there ever was... said Rockstar style. I think you mean Rockstar as in like a GTA, or do you mean Rocksteady as in Batman? Rockstar style free roam game of anti-heroes or villains by Rockstar and Marvel. Oh, so you mean like the people who made GTA, like that Rockstar? Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I'd see that being cool. Or Telltale style superhero game by Telltale and Marvel. Which one would you think would be more fun? The Telltale Marvel one is actually happening. That is actually happening. They, Marvel and Telltale both posted a tweet which a little while ago, which was literally just a picture that just said Marvel, Telltale, and I think it said 2018 or 2017 or something like that. But yeah, no, Telltale and Marvel is actually happening. So I'm gonna go with Telltale Marvel because the storytelling capabilities of Telltale with the characters and plots of Marvel, that'll be a fantastic game. That'll be a brilliant game. So, yeah, like, that's actually happening as well. So, Telltale Marvel. That'll be fantastic. Can't wait for that. That's going to be brilliant. Also, you should definitely finish Red Dead Redemption when you have some free time, just because of the ending. If you already don't know what the ending is fantastic and brought a tear to my eye. Yeah, I've heard many, many good things about Red Dead. I should really get to it at some point. Zachary Perkins said, "What is your favourite impression? Elcor, JJJ, Chewie, or any others?" What's my favourite? Like, I don't really think any of them are really all that good. Like, I just do them for fun. But what's my favourite impression? You've also got the Sean Connery impression as well. Like JJJ, I love just because I love J. Jonah Jameson. I love just how he always shouts "Parker." Like, that was awful. That was pretty bad, that one. But I've got a sore throat, by the way. I was going to mention that at the start of the video, and I didn't. Like, who gets a sore throat in summer? Like, how does that work? But I have. So, the impressions will, any shouting ones like JJ or anything like that, like, that's the best you're going to get. Like, my throat is killing me right now. Pretty chewy, like Chewbacca. Because, like, how can you go wrong with that? Actually, do you know what? Actually, no, Sean Connery. Because, it's just fun to do. Like, he could make anything sound interesting. Like, you could be like, "Excuse me 1 minute, my darling, I'm going for a poo." Like, anything he says is just, he makes it sound so sophisticated and suave. So, yeah, Sean Connery I'm going for. The cutest saga there ever was said, "I just finished reading the Infinity Gauntlet, and I'm very interested to see how they're going to do it in the MCU. Obviously, the power of the gems will be significantly reduced, but still Thanos is going to be so powerful that they cannot defeat him with the sheer strength, and careful planned assault will still not be enough. Also, after reading the comics, I'm worried about two things. Number one, I'm very worried that they will not be able to flesh out Thanos' character a decent amount, like his strength, intelligence, emotions, desires, etc., like they did in the comics. but hey, that's a small price to pay for an awesome movie. Number 2, I'm very much looking forward to seeing how they will defeat him with no Quicksilver left to push, to pull a Silver Surfer on him. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the gem on Visions is the Mind Gem and not the Soul Gem, so I don't see them doing it in the way they did in the comics with Adam Warlock. What do you think? Okay, so yeah, I've got a few things to think about that. Number 1, I have not actually read the Infinity Gauntlet. I've read Infinity, which is a completely separate event to do with Thanos, which has got nothing to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe one they're doing right now. And there's right now, like just to sort out any confusion for people who don't know. You've got the movie that's coming out with Thanos in years and years. It's gonna be a 2-parter. It's called Infinity War. Now the Marvel event Infinity War is completely different. The Marvel cinematic film Infinity War is based off the Marvel event Infinity Gauntlet, which the cutest tiger there ever was just describing then. So if you want to read the comic event of what's going to be happening in the movies, read Infinity Gauntlet. Infinity War is something completely different. They've just happened to name the movie Infinity War. So I just thought I'd get that out of the way now. So I have not actually read the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't think I do own it. I don't think I do own it, but I'm almost certain it's on Marvel Unlimited, so I could read it at some point. So I actually don't know exactly what happens. So there is that. So with regards to the power gems not being as powerful, like I think they will be nerfed a little bit. Like obviously they won't be as powerful, and I think for the reason being like that, and I've always thought this is a huge plot hole in all comic books. Like if they have something that could snuff out life like that, why does the bad guy never do it? Like Captain America, Iron Man, they're all coming at him, and he's going, "Whoa!" just knocking them back one at a time. And I'm like, why is he knocking them back? Why doesn't he just go, die, and they're gone? He's like, I can, like, with the Infinity Gauntlet, he can just go, you no longer exist, and poof, they're gone. They have no longer existed. People will not have memories of them. They would be gone. Never existed. For all you know, he could have done it to other superheroes in the past, but because he's got rid of them out of existence, then they never existed, and nobody remembers them, so we never remember them ever being a character. Like, obviously that hasn't happened, but it's a cool concept. Illuminati. But yeah, so I think the power gems are obviously going to be nerfed at certain amounts to stop it being too overpowered. Otherwise, you run the risk of thinking, well, if Thanos could just click his fingers and kill anyone, why hasn't he? So I always think that in all things, like Supernatural, the TV show, is the worst for this. Like, there will be four of them there. There would be Dean, there'll be Sam, there will be Castiel, and there will just be a character they've met that episode. Dean runs at this bad guy, grabs him by the neck. He throws Dean away. Sam goes. He punches Sam into a wall. Picks Sam up. Throws him against another wall. He then makes Cass disappear and sends him somewhere else. And then this fourth character that's only just appeared in this episode will run along, and then the bad guy will just go and break their neck. He's like, why didn't he do that to Sam, Dean, Castiel? Like, every time there's a good guy, the bad guy picks them up, punches them, throws them against the wall, picks them up, throws them against another wall, or just consistently throws them against walls until they get saved at the nick of time. A side character gets killed like that. Like the bad guy straight away just stabs them or breaks their neck. But the good guy, the one that's the right wrench in their works, comes along and he just consistently throws them against walls. Like, ha ha, I've got you now. Like, it baffles me. I'm like, well, he's not going to die because he keeps just getting thrown against the wall. But side character, like, no, dude, stay away. Like, you're going to get killed. But that's what I always think with stuff like that. Like, if Thanos could kill them, why would he be swatting them away when he could kill them with a click of a finger? So yeah, I think the power of the gems is going to be significantly reduced, but I think they still are going to be insanely powerful, and they're going to be insanely overpowered still. Not as powerful as they are in the comics, but combined, there's no way they can. Like, if they reduce the power of the gems too much to the point where Thanos could easily be defeated, then it would like it'd be like, what's the point? Like, it has to be overpowered. It's the Infinity Gauntlet. It's the whole point. It needs to be insanely overpowered. But and that's why I think when it gets to Infinity Gauntlet, it's not just going to be the Avengers. It's going to be the Avengers, Spider-Man, the Guardians, Miss Marvel, Doctor Strange. It's going to be all of them together trying to go up against and hopefully the Defenders, like Daredevil and all that. That'd be cool. But it's going to be everyone. It's going to be the whole weight of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. At least that's why I hope against him. So they're still going to be really powerful. So with that being said, yeah, like you're saying about them not going to flesh out Thanos' character, like, it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't. like, they should do, because, like, the main reason, like, Thanos is trying to destroy the Avengers, is trying to have the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, something they said right at the very end of the first Avengers film, the post-credit scene, they were like, to challenge the Avengers is to court death. And you think, you hear that and you think, oh, it's, if you go against them, you're going to get killed. But actually, what I think it's actually referring to is apparently the reason why Thanos does all this in the comics, and correct me if I'm wrong, is because he is actually in love with death. Not as the concept, as a person, like Lady Death. He is in love with her, and he's trying to do this to win her favour. I believe that's the reason it happens in the comics. As I say, I could be wrong. That is something I don't think they're going to put in the movies. I think they're just going to do it because he's a mad titan and he wants to rule the universe. I think they're literally just going to have it be like, him bad guy, defeat him. Like, I think that's literally all they're going to do to flush out his character. I mean, Infinity War has been divided up into 2 parts, so for all you know, they could actually flush out his character a little bit in that time. Who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised if they just say, I'm a big bad guy, I want to destroy the universe because of reasons. Like, but yeah, with your own question though about Quicksilver, like, I have no idea about that. I have no idea how he was defeated in the Infinity Gauntlet story. So, like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Who is it? If Vision is taking like Adam Warlock's place, like there's been loads of rumors. Like, there's one new character that's going to get introduced into Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And there's a lot of rumours around it being Adam Warlock. Some people don't think it will be. Some people thought that Adam Warlock was initially going to get introduced into Guardians 1 and then it was pushed back. Like, there's a whole lot of and ahhing. Like, who's this going to be, this character that's introduced into Guardians 2? If it is Adam Warlock, then there we go. But, like, as you said, like, you're correct, it's the Mind Gem that's on the Vision right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if Vision takes that place of Adam Warlock, or maybe Scarlet Witch, or something like that. Like, who knows? Who knows? So, well, I guess it's just we're going to have to wait and see. So, Zachary Perkins said, to your cat story, all I have to say is, this is Sparta! Yeah, that's pretty much what it like, except for it was a combination of vicious meows and purrs and scratches. So, Mad Llama Gaming said, Captain Dave, do you like any female spiders? And, oh, I'm guessing you mean about the Marvel Universe, not just female spiders. Captain Dave, do you like any female spiders? And if you do, what would be your top 3? Me personally, it's Gwen Stacy, Mayday Parker, and then Jessica Drew. My number 1 is, yeah, it's probably a bit of a cop-out, but yeah, my number 1's probably Jessica Drew, and that's because she is a clone of Ultimate Peter Parker. And obviously when we say, Jessica Drew. Yeah, when you say Jessica Drew, do you mean Jessica Drew 616, like Spider-Woman, or do you mean Jessica Drew Ultimate Spider-Woman? No, which spider are you, which spider lady are you talking about? Because when I say Jessica Drew, I mean Ultimate Jessica Drew, who is a clone of Peter Parker. Like, obviously, Jessica Drew in 616, she's her own person, but in in the Ultimate Universe, she's a clone of Peter Parker. But this happens to be a female clone. So, like, that would probably be my favourite spider lady. And then, I don't know, it's probably actually, like, I was asked a question last week, like, who are my favourite Spider-Men who aren't Peter Parker? And they put a list, and literally my list was that list in reverse, and I think mine is the same as yours. Like, you've said Gwen Stacy, Mayday Parker, Jessica Drew. Mine is literally the reverse of that. It's Ultimate Jessica Drew, I was going to say Mayday Parker, Gwen Stacy, but maybe Gwen Stacy, Mayday Parker. I don't know. But them 3 just in the reverse order, really. That's weird that's happened twice in a row now. Zachary Perkins said, if you could put a team of heroes or villains who... If you could put a team together, a team of heroes or villains, who would be 1? Max limit is 6, min limit is 3. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know, questions like this I always struggle with, because there are so many people to put in a team together. Like, I can never think, like, heroes and villains together, like, it's like, you say, like, put a team of villains together, all I can think of is the Sinister Six every time. Like, you could easily just chuck OP to get people together, like, Doctor Doom, Magneto, Red Skull, like, just chuck all these OP people together, and just Thanos, Galactus, like, just chuck all these people together and just be like, they're the most powerful, they're together, why not? But like, to put a good team together, I'd really have to think about the balance of personalities and powers, and it's one of the reasons why I like the new Avengers so much, was because I thought it was a really nice mix of different styles and different personalities, and they just flow together really well. Like, if you want your vicious characters, yeah, you got your Wolverine. If you want your funnier characters, you got Spider-Man. If you want your go steady fight today, you got your Captain Americas or your Luke Cages, or like, yeah, I don't know. I'm useless at questions like that, because you just got to think. When it comes to thinking off the top of my head like that, my mind goes dead. And if we've seen from some of the questions I was trying to answer earlier, my mind is just not working today. So, Zachary Perkins went on to say, "I've recently gotten into the Infamous series. It reminds me a lot of X-Men due to the fact that you have superpowered humans called conduits, and the world hates them. Plus, you have the DUP. This universe is MRD, which are as the game put it, freaks hunting other freaks. That and the fact that you can choose to be good or evil makes me think Xavier's ideals versus Magneto's ideals, on whether or not the human conduits can live in peace or the humans should be wiped out." Yeah, like, a lot of people told me to play Infamous. I think one day I'm going to have to play it. But I played a bit of Infamous, I think it was Infamous 1 or Infamous 2 before, and I did enjoy it. And yes, it did remind me a lot of Mutants, so I'm definitely going to have to play that at some point. Zachary Perkins also said, "Please put it on your to-do list to check out Life is Strange. It's a really great game with a fantastic story revolving around time travel, and it's set up in the same walk and talk gameplay as The Walking Dead, so please give it a look." Yeah, I will definitely have to give it a look at some point. A lot of you guys have told me to check out that game, so I'd be silly not to. I've been writing a small story about a small group of people who get superpowers due to experimentation by an alien race, for high school kids to sophomores and a junior and a senior. I don't exactly know the difference when it comes to, like, Americans, sophomores, juniors, seniors. I'm guessing basically just different levels at school, but like, the ranking system in England's different than that. So, but a doctor, a reporter, and an ex-assassin together, they help. Together, the help of the alien that freed them, they may stop any other hostile criminal and monster, and help any other experiments control their powers. So, yeah, sounds like a cool story. It's just basically like, when you create stories like this, you just got to think of something that you want to do and just put a new twist on it, and like, that sounds pretty cool. It's like a nice mixture of different people coming together. So like a reporter, a doctor, and an ex-assassin. Like, that's a whole bunch of different ideals and personalities coming together then. So you can create some pretty cool stories out of that. Tactical Gibbon 1 said, "Hey Dave, I was wondering, what was your least favourite Marvel game and your favourite?" Least favourite, I want to say Web of Shadows. But it's probably, if I played them, there'd probably be other games that I disliked more, but I haven't even bought them. But yeah, least favourite Marvel game would be Web of Shadows. Like, I just can't bring myself to play that game. And my most favourite Marvel game would probably be Ultimate Alliance 2, Ultimate Alliance 1, maybe Shattered Dimensions, like, or Edge of Time, something like that. But probably Ultimate Alliance 2. Danny Numero 6 said, "Hey Dave, to answer your question about HBO, some popular shows on HBO, there were Band of Brothers, which is a fantastic miniseries about World War II that aired about 15 years ago, The Wire, Boardwalk Empire, The Sopranos, which is my favourite show of all time. As for movies that are coming out later this year, I don't know if you're a big Quentin Tarantino, but he is coming out with a movie in a couple of months called The Hateful Eight, which is going to be another Western that I'm really looking forward to." The Hateful Eight was something we spoke about a couple of weeks ago on Segway City. It was something Tommy brought up. He actually had its own little segment that you really wanted to talk about. But yeah, The Hateful Eight. Yeah, Tommy brought that to my attention. I might go see it at the cinema. It's not something that I'm necessarily like going to be like, yeah, I really want to see it. But like, if somebody offers, then I'll be like, yeah, I'll go see it. Why not? But yeah, but getting back to the HBO thing, yeah, I forgot about Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers is a fantastic program. That program is amazing. I watched that when it was actually like first on TV, and oh man, that program blew my breath away. Blew my breath away, took my breath away. It was just so good. It was so well done. It felt like you were actually there, and the amount of celebrities that are in that, like some big, some small. Like, yeah, there was a Donnie Wahlberg, like Mark Wahlberg's brother, like he was in that as well. Michael Fassbender was in Band of Brothers. He played like a really small part. I think it was before his career really took off. And a whole bunch of other actors, I'm forgetting their name. There was a lot of actors in that you see in a lot of stuff, but you don't necessarily know their name. But Band of Brothers was fantastic. That was such a good show. I've watched it so many times since then. There's one like Band of Brothers called The Pacific, which was okay. It wasn't as good as Band of Brothers, but it was an okay program. But Band of Brothers, if you have not seen it, it's a fantastic program. And it always at the start and the end, you've got the real life people who these characters are based on. 'Cause it's based on a true story of I can't remember the numbers, but it's based on the airborne, like the paratroopers who went in on D-Day, and it's based on them. And always at the start, you've got one of the real life survivors of I think is it D Company? Is it E Company? No, I think it's D Company. I think this particular squadron platoon, what have you. And every time you got one of the actual people who was serving as a part of it, telling a story at the start and at the end of each episode. And it isn't until the last episode or two they put their names underneath, and you realise who they are. Because obviously, as the show goes on, there's certain characters, certain people who get killed because they got killed in real life, and it shows how that happened and blah 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 blah. So they don't obviously want to tell you who these people at the start are until the end, because it gives away who lives and who dies. So but yeah, like right at the end, you realise who these people are, like, and they're talking, and once you've watched it all as well, you see what they've been through, and it's just fantastic. It really, really just makes you, it makes you feel, and it makes you feel like you're there. But Band of Brothers, fantastic, absolutely fantastic program. The Wire, I haven't watched, but I've heard is like one of the best programs ever. I've heard like people say sometimes unanimously that The Wire is the best show that has ever been created. Like, I've heard that people say that nobody has ever spoke about a TV show as much as The Wire until Breaking Bad came out. But The Wire is something I've always meant to watch one day. I've heard Boardwalk Empire is really good as well. The Sopranos is one of those things, one of those iconic shows that people rave about, and I've just never really been interested in watching. But yeah, out of any of them, Band of Brothers, like, if you have not seen it, go watch it. Band of Brothers is fantastic. It's such a good program. Danny Numero 6 said, also, have you considered doing a walkthrough of Spider-Man games based off the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies? I know that they're mediocre games at best, but they came out a while ago, but I still find them to be fun games. Yeah, I played them when they first came out, and I've thoroughly enjoyed them, but I don't have any plans or desire to play them now. But yeah, I mean, when they first came out, I played them, I found them fun, but I doubt I'll play them now. Kobe Brown said, Dave, can you do some of your rathers with your girlfriend, and can you do a boom baby on camera? Reading that, it sounds kind of dirty. Dave, can you do some of your would you rathers with your girlfriend and then boom baby on camera? It sounds very sexual the way that's written. But I'm guessing you mean, like, could I do some, like, fun stuff with my girlfriend on camera? Like, yeah, maybe a lot on my personal channel, I don't know, like, that's really up to her whether she wants to be on camera or not. But can I do a boom baby on camera? Yes, I can, for you. Obviously, if you're referring to my catchphrase, boom baby, and nothing else. But as I said earlier, I've got a sore throat, so I can't necessarily do it as well as I normally would. But just for you, boom baby! There you go. And I've probably just blown all your eardrums out as well, so I can only apologise. If it makes you feel better, that really hurt my throat, so... the things I do for you guys. So, anyway, moving on quite swiftly, because I am starving. Like, ever since I read that question about fasting, I've been really hungry, and I really need to go to the toilet as well. So, swiftly moving on. Shane Miller. Hey there, Cap. My wife and I both find it baffling that you do not have more subscribers than you do. My family has been watching your channel since 2011, and we continue to for as long as you make videos. You're without a doubt, and with no exaggeration, the best there is on YouTube, in our opinions. The time and effort you put into your videos, the way you vocally make everyone feel like they are sitting there playing the game with you, or actually a part of your journey. The way you try and pick games that fit all different tastes as you go, and the tremendously personable nature that you have that makes everybody feel like they've known you and wanted to be your friends for years. These are some of the many reasons you are the best on here. Sorry that ended up being long, but I wanted to say thank you very much from my family for what you do, and make sure you knew why. P.S. The entire lineup is awesome, especially Skyrim. Just don't burn yourself out. Your videos are always worth the wait. Thank you very much, Shane. You've always got really nice things to say. So, but no, thank you very much. Like stuff like that is like it's always good to hear, because even though I'm sitting there and I'm always like chipper and I'm like, hey, like, we're gonna do stuff, we're gonna play games, there are many times, quite a few times recently actually, in fact, where you can sometimes get really demoralized doing this when you put so much time and effort into making videos. And obviously you guys that come here and you talk on the Captain's Quarters, or you write comments on my videos, or even if you don't write comments, you just watch them and you enjoy them, sometimes it can be really demoralizing when you put so much time and effort into doing a series or to doing something, and then you put it up, and like, all the views I get, I'm always really happy to get them, but sometimes you put it out there and you're like, and it gets like a few people watching, a few people commenting, and you're just like, you get people like yourself who say like, why do you not have more subscribers? And like, it's just nice sometimes to have you guys say stuff like that, like say like, you've been watching this since 2011 and you think I'm like the best on YouTube in your opinion, stuff like that. It's nice to hear stuff like that. It's sometimes just a nice morale boost to know that the people that do watch my videos, like you guys, like, you do love them and you do enjoy them. And as much as I always say I'd rather have few subscribers that love my videos instead of loads that are just meh, sometimes it can be a bit demoralizing, because like this time last year, my channel went through a huge spike. A huge spike. Views just skyrocketed. As a bit of like a personal touch, the income from it also skyrocketed to the point where I was doing this, and still am at this point right now, as my form of income. Like, I have other part-time jobs that are as and when they call me, but as of right now, this is sort of like my main form of income at the moment. And this time last year it skyrocketed. I don't know why. I still don't know why it does stuff like that, but it skyrocketed, and as of past 6-7 months, it is just plummeted. Absolutely plummeted. No reason why. Like, I do not know why. Subscribers, views, everything has just gone right down. So I don't know why. Like, I don't know why that is. I'm still making, like, say like subscribers, slow general progress, but I don't know why. It can get really demoralizing at times as well. Like, when you're thinking, I'm still putting in just the same amount, if not more effort than I always have, and I'm getting less to show for it. So hearing stuff like that, and obviously knowing that the videos I'm creating is just, you guys really do enjoy it. It is nice to hear. So thank you very much, Shane. Like, it's good to hear. So I'm glad that my videos do actually entertain you, not just yourself and your family, but like everyone else as much as they do. It's cool to hear. But yeah, like, it's been actually, like, since how I've kind of just ended up bringing it up anyway, I might as well talk about it a little bit. But it's actually got a point to recently, where in the next couple of months, like, if things don't change or improve or whatever, I might have to look into getting another job again. Like, it sounds silly, like, oh damn, I'm gonna have to get a job, like the rest of the world does. But it got to when that like peak happened, it was like a dream come true. I was like, oh man, I can do this now as a job. Like, that's awesome. Other than the fact, obviously, I still have university, and I do have other form of employments that call me like once a month or stuff like that. So, but it was cool. It was like a dream come true, and it's getting to a point now where I realise, okay, I might actually got a bit ahead of myself, and maybe I might have to get another part-time job again, which sucks because I love devoted all my time to this. But yeah, so I don't know. Like, I don't know how that kind of came up. It just kind of did. So I don't know. That might have to happen soon. So I don't know. It just sucks. But the one thing I can say, actually, in fact, like you say about like you find it baffling that I don't have more subscribers. The only thing I can say with regards to stuff like that is I've never, like, I don't like, you can tell from all my past videos, I don't like asking stuff of you guys. You come here to be entertained, not to be my lackeys. Like, you just come here to watch videos and have a good time. The only thing I can ever, like, and I never ask for likes or subscriptions or blah 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 or anything like that. Like, if you like it, you like it. Like, I'm not gonna tell you to like my videos. You can do what you like. But the one thing I will ask, in fact, like, if you guys, just like Shane and any others, if you are like wondering, like, why don't I have more subscribers? Why don't I have more viewers? The one reason is because I'm awful at advertising myself. I don't know how to. I don't know where it's appropriate to. I always feel like anytime I try and advertise myself, I'm sounding like some self-righteous jerk. Like, I'm like, come watch me, do it now. Like, I don't know, I just feel really weird. So the only thing I can say is, if any of you guys want to help me, if any of you guys want to help me keep doing this as a job, like, you want to help me grow and become one of like these really big YouTube personality people, then all I can say is just share my videos. That's all I ask. Just like, if you like a video, whack it on Facebook, whack it on Twitter, share it on YouTube, do what have you. Like, I'm not saying you have to, but if you feel like you want to help, then share my videos. Just get as many people watching them as humanly possible. Because don't be wrong, I never thought I was going to get to this point. The fact that I'm doing this now, like, I'm not moaning in the slightest. Like, this is still a dream come true. If it gets to the point, like, I'm still going to keep doing this. Don't get me wrong. But if it's getting to the point where I might have to now go back out and start working again, and this might have to take a bit of a back seat again, like it used to, then so have you. Like, it's the way it is. But no, I'd love to stay doing this, like, as my main job. And to do that, I need to have an income, and to do that I need more people watching my videos. So if you guys want to help, just share my videos, just get them out there, just get people watching them. Like, that is all I ask. If you don't want to, then fair enough. Like, I don't mind. I'm never going to tell you what to do. But if you guys really want to help, then yeah, just get my channel or my videos out there. Like, I do it as much as I can, but obviously everything I advertise, every time I share or make something public, it's to you guys, and you guys already watch my videos. So yeah, that's already asked. But thank you very much, Shane, for the kind words. I really do appreciate it, and I'm glad that you and your family do enjoy my videos as much as you do. But anywho, Mad Llama Gaming said, Cap, it's not weird to say that Peter Parker is your role model. Mine is Peter Parker / Spider-Man as well, because he is like, I will sacrifice myself for other people to live kind of thing. That's why Peter is taking over Miles as my favourite Spider. Yeah, it's something about Peter Parker. He is just fantastic. Like, he's just cool, and he's why he's one of the flagship characters of Marvel. So, Shane Miller also said, sorry, Captain, but for those of us who are unable to find your tattoo reveal video, will you please show it on here? And since you've done all your other impressions, I now have to ask, will you do your Sean Connery impression on camera? Oh, that's kind of lucky. I've already done it several times, but I will do it for you once more as I remove my sleeve to show you my tattoo of Spider-Man. See, it's just so easy to do, even with a sore throat. Like, you can do the Sean Connery one. But yeah, just in case you were wondering, if you go onto my channel, like my videos, and just type tattoo in the search bar, it will come up. If in doubt, I also shared a link to that video in my Ultimate Alliance 2 original walkthrough in the first episode, and also it was in a couple of Captain's Quarters a couple of weeks ago. But just for you guys, I will show you again, since I'm standing right here anyway. So there you go. There is Spider-Man in all of his glory. There he is. But it's really cool. I said it once before, but like, if I ever had like an increase of money, which obviously is not the situation right now, I would like to get like this webbing. Oh god, everything's reversed on the camera. I'd like to get like this webbing to go like down there, just to round out the bottom of it. Because obviously, when I wear a t-shirt, all people see is like this black smudge at the bottom of my arm. So I would kind of like just to like get maybe like the tattoo, like the webbing, just to round off down the bottom, just to kind of like complete it up a little bit. But that's something future Dave's going to do way down the line. Right now, rent and food is far more important than getting my tattoo like finished off. But no, I mean, for the most part, like, I love the way that looks. Like, it was an artist by the name of Anthony Cole that did it, and it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better one. Sometimes I am and ah about where I should have had it done in colour, but at the end of the day, I kind of like it, the black and skin tone like that. That way, like, if I ever got older, like much older, and I thought to myself, oh man, I don't want these tattoos anymore, at least it's still tasteful to look at. It's not like I have a big, like, pink pony on my arm or something like that. But yeah, there's the Spider-Man tattoo, and there is also the Sean Connery impression. In fact, I will even read your next question in the Sean Connery voice. Shane Miller also asked, I think the personal channel is a great idea. Yes, yeah. Seems like a lot of you guys like the personal channel. I'm definitely going to have to get that set up. So, Shane Miller also went on to say, I don't know if you've been asked before if you thought of making this your means of income, or if you've ever given it any thought. But as a fan of yours, I thought I'd share a video below with you. Also, if you came out with hats, shirts, anything else, I'd buy some. So yeah, like, I watched this video prior. Actually, I watched it yesterday. In fact, I watched it prior to making this thing. And basically, the video that Shane shared was like a how to make money playing video games thing, and it basically highlights the different ways people make income through streaming and YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, that's in last week's video. If any of you guys want to check that out, but yeah, like as I was saying just now, Shane, like, for the last year or so, YouTube has actually been my main form of income. This time last year, I don't know why. Like, honestly, I don't understand these peaks and lows with views. But this time last year, it was doing fantastic. Like my older videos were getting so many views. Like my first episode of Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is now sitting at 5 million views, and that most of that was from last year. And now suddenly, just like that, it's gone right down again. Like I don't understand why. Like there was nothing last year that would have brought more people to my channel. Like unless YouTube's changed something, like maybe the way people find videos. Like even now, like you type Shattered Dimensions, it's the first video that comes up. So I don't know why. But like this time last year, it was doing really well. Now it gets to this year, and it's suddenly sort of like plummeted. So I have no idea how the whole thing works. But it is, as of right now, it is doing this is my main form of income, and it's great because it means I can do stuff like the schedule I've got right now, where I've got 2 Skyrim videos, 2 Batman videos, 1 Walking Dead, Sedway City, and Captain's Quarters. If I had to go and get like a part-time job alongside university with this, then I probably wouldn't be able to do like that many videos. So I really, really just want to keep doing this as my main form of income, but I won't be able to do that unless I get more people watching my videos, so I have a larger income, so I can continue to do this. Because as of right now, the way it's going right now, in a couple of months, I might have to get a part-time job. Captain Dave will be out on the street. You can't pay your rent, you can't make videos. But yeah, but I watched that video that you linked, and the main thing they said about like trying to do it was through streaming. And streaming on Twitch is something that I have been thinking about doing for a long time. And it might be becoming more of a reality sooner rather than later. Like, especially since how now you can stream directly from the Xbox One as well. Like, that would make streaming so much easier. Like, I could stream like 2 or 3 times a week, like 6 o'clock in the evening, or maybe on weekends when people have days off. Like stuff like that, and just stream, and like I'll literally just do a poll. I'll be like, what game do you guys want to see me play today? Or I can do like a renegade walkthrough of Mass Effect on Twitch, and literally every big decision you guys get to make. Like I'll be like, should I punch this person or not? Should I romance this person or not? And you guys make all the decisions in the chat. Like that would be kind of a cool thing to do. But it's definitely something I've been looking into. But I mean, I just love to keep doing this. This is what the Captain's Court is all about. You guys ask me questions and I give you answers. So, completely candid, being completely open, I'm going to tell you guys what I've always wanted. And that is, like if I'm thinking like my dream of dream, like when people say I want to be an actor, I want to be a famous singer, like, this is what I want. I want to do this as a job. I want to sit here and make videos, play walkthroughs and entertain you guys, sit here, like change this Captain's Quarters to live streaming and talk to you guys live, do little hangout sessions, stuff like that. I want to set up other channels. I'd love to set up a personal channel. I'd love to set up a channel talking about comic books and movie Marvel news and DC news, and I would love to do that. I'd love to do that. But to do that, I need the equipment and I need the time and I need the resources, and it's one of those things that down the line I'd love to do that. I'd love this to become like a whole thing, and it just be fantastic. Like that's my dream. That is what I would love to do. But to do that, I need income, and to do that, I need more views. So Twitch is something like this is the sort of thing I've never spoken to you guys about before. Like saying about views and likes and subscribers. Like that's never been something I care about. I just want to entertain you guys. But realistically speaking, if I'm to do this as a job, I need views and I need subscribers to do this sort of stuff. And I really do hate talking about it because it feels like I'm in it for the money. That's all I want. Like I don't care. I just want that dollar. Like no, that's not what it's like at all. Like I need that stuff so I can continue entertaining and making videos and just hanging out with you guys. 'Cause it's what I love doing. But I need that. Unfortunately, the fact of life is I need that sort of stuff to keep doing this. So. But yeah, like something at Twitch, like streaming, like that's something I've been interested in doing. Like I wouldn't stop doing the YouTube videos without a shadow of a doubt. But streaming on the side, like something I've definitely been thinking about doing. So, but yeah, other than that, guys, like, as I say, like just share the hell out of my videos, just get more people watching them, and hopefully I can just keep doing this as I have been and keep up this awesome schedule. Because like, there's so many games that I want to do. Like I'm trying to get through Walking Dead quite quick, not because I'm not enjoying it, because there's other games I want to start doing. Like so. But anyway, I better move this on, because I really am busting to go to the toilet right now. So, seeing as how we're divulging too much information and all that. So, the cutest tiger there ever was said, "Fallout New Vegas? Don't you dare play Fallout 4 before giving us New Vegas. It isn't right, it defies the utmost punctuality of the human nature. Okay, maybe I'm over-exaggerating a little bit, but still. Yeah, like, I'd probably play Fallout 4, but I really doubt I'd be doing a walkthrough of it. Especially, there's no way I could do a walkthrough of Fallout 4 without finishing New Vegas 4. You would all kill me. So, Arkham Squire said, Dave, it's great to see you uploading videos every day. Here's my question. If Rocksteady, the creators of Batman Arkham series, were to make an Aaron Cash game, would you play it? Probably not. And if they were to make an Aaron Cash game, then they would be really scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like, the thing is, though, if Rocksteady made an Aaron Cash game, it'd probably be really good, because Rocksteady are really good at making games, at least Batman games, anyway. So, like, what would be the Batclaw? Would it be Aaron Cash's hook, but he like fires it like Scorpion? Get over here, man! Oh dear, like I'd have to play it just out of curiosity, but. Anywho, Sheik and the Bee's got a few questions, so let's make our way through these. Hey Dave, what do you think about this Bat moment? Hey, Thug looks up, and then Batman says death from above. Yeah, that's pretty much like the origins of Batman's death from above. Thug was below me, looked directly up, and I dropped a massive teabag on him, so... The Flash Season 2 is going to air on TV on October 3rd, and Arrow Season 4 is going to be on October 4th, 2015 for me. What about you, great sir? I have no idea. As I say, I haven't started watching Flash and Arrow yet, so I have no idea when they're going to start. I probably won't be keeping up with when they're going to be on TV until I've actually caught up with the series. So, hey Dave, there is an expert illusion spell called Invisibility in Skyrim. Yes, I definitely need to start putting points in illusion magic soon, so I can get some of these awesome illusion spells. Imagine if Wendelius lived right next to you, Dave. How would you feel about that? I'd be kind of shocked because he's a fictional character. Like, that'd be weird. Especially because I'd be like, every time I'll open the door, I'd go get my paper, and then he'd be like, "Whoa, I'm Wendelius!" And I'd be like, "Dude, you're not a ghost. Like, stop it now." And then, like, he'd die, and he'd come back, and he'd never vacate the property, and it'd just be horrible. But hey Dave, what would you say if Wendelius and Aaron Cash were friends with you or something? They would never be friends with me. And if they were friends with me, it would be like when Doc Ock took over Peter Parker's body and then suddenly Peter Parker came back. I'd be like, why am I friends with you guys? I don't like you guys. I'd rather be friends with Aaron Cash than Wendelius, though. At least Aaron Cash is a good guy. He just winds me up. Wendelius was never good. Hey Dave, can you still go to the mission location even though it says it will take a while, Batman? Yeah. Whenever Oracle or someone like that says, "Oh, it's going to take a while, Batman," like, you can still go there straight away, and then they will tell you. But I just went and did other stuff because other stuff needed to get done, and I thought it was a perfect time. Since I actually said it would take a while, I figured it would be the perfect time to do that. But no, like, if the icon is there on Batman, then you can go there. If it's stuff like the fireman missions and stuff like that, you have to wait to actually find them. But hey Dave, this is a private question. Who really is the Arkham Knight? I'm not going to answer that because that's just a massive, massive, massive spoiler. There's small spoilers that I have been talking about. Obviously not what I'm going to say, but there are small stuff that I've been speaking about that happens during the game. But like, what happens right at the very end, or who is the Arkham Knight? I'm not even going to entertain that one because I do not want to ruin that for anybody. So. Kobe Brown said, Dave, what is your favourite Marvel weapon? Also, John Stewart is the name of the African-American Green Lantern. Yeah, a lot of people have been telling me that. What's my favourite Marvel weapon? Probably Mjolnir, like Thor's hammer. Like, that's a pretty badass weapon. Hawkeye's bow. Spider-Man's web shooters, could they be classed as a weapon? Like, Captain America's shield. I like that. That's just such a cool thing about Captain America's shield. Especially in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1. Like, I love being Captain America in Ultimate Alliance 1. So cool, but... I'm Patriot59 said, everyone's heard about binge watching on Netflix. Well, I binge watch Captain Dave. You're one of those YouTubers where I can watch their videos multiple times and still be just as entertained as the first time. I'm glad you're one of those people who care more about the quality of content rather than popularity. Keep up the great vids, Cap. See, now I kind of feel like a hypocrite. Like you said, you care about the quantity of the videos better than popularity, and there's me going, I need more views, all that sort of stuff. So, but no, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm not one of those people who would change their whole personality and the whole way they make videos just to get more people. Like, I could easily sit here and suddenly start playing Minecraft or doing live walkthroughs or face cam, and I'll just keep going and like playing horror films and all that sort of stuff. I could easily do that, but I don't want to. Like, you guys watch my videos because you like the way they are now, and I love my videos. I've said it before, it sounds really stupid, but I can watch my own videos and be entertained. And if I couldn't be entertained by my own videos, why would I expect you guys to be entertained by them? So, but like, no, like, the way I make my videos is never going to change. But, I could definitely do with a bit more income. But no, thank you very much, man. Cheers, I appreciate that. Sheik Nabi said, "Hey Dave, the Batgirl DLC is available for you on July 14th, 2015 if you have the season pass and are connected to the internet." Yes, I do have the season pass, so I'll definitely be getting the Batgirl DLC. Sonic FTW said, "Did you know Josh Keaton was the Human Torch in Ultimate Alliance, Cyclops in X-Men Legends 2, Flash in Crisis on Infinite Earths, the animated version, and Aquaman and Green Lantern in the animated series? It's some fun facts." Yeah, Josh Keaton is he gets around when it comes to doing the voiceovers. Like, he's a great voiceover artist. I do enjoy Josh Keaton, especially in Spider-Man: Edge of Time, which is one of those walkthroughs I may be doing a re-walkthrough of. Shattered Dimensions and Edge of Time, 2 walkthroughs I may be redoing soon. So Edge of Time, Josh Keaton, CD Barnes, the back and forth between them two, oh, it's beautiful. It's so fantastic. I love it. They work so well together. We're coming down to the last 4 comments, which is fantastic because I think my bladder is going to explode. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but I've been sitting there just kind of like rocking back and forth, like answering the questions as quick as possible because I am so busting to go to the toilet. Like, my throat is really sore, but I don't want to take any more of a drink just because I do not want to fill myself up anymore. But anyway, let's get through these last 4 as quick as possible. So, Kyle Portella 13 said, "Hey Dave, how's it going? I'm sorry I didn't write much in the past 2 weeks. The first week I had nothing to say, and the second week I was busy. But this week I do have something to say, and that is that you're awesome. You're my favourite YouTuber. Keep up the great work." Thank you very much, Kyle. I greatly appreciate it. Coral Kobrak said, "If you became a vampire in Skyrim with the Dawn Guard, it gives you the hunger system, but with blood. So if you ever get that DLC, it might help with the immersion." I might have to look into that. Like, a lot of people have been saying about looking into getting DLC for Skyrim. The Dragonborn one's the one I'm most looking to right now. It says you can ride a dragon. Like, yes, like, but I'm not sure with DLC right now. I'll have to look into it. But the final question goes to Charles Taylor Coe. Said, "Hey Cap, my question for next time are, in Captain America Civil War, do you think they should go with a comic book ending where one side wins the war or the other heroes have to put off their war and come together like in Ultimate Alliance 2? And who do you think should take their place when, spoiler alert, in the comic books, which causes the heroes to switch sides and question their original stance if they take that position?" So, obviously, spoiler alert is somebody dies in Civil War, and obviously I'm not going to say that who it is. Even though it was over 10 years ago, I still don't want to ruin that. So, yeah, so do I think they should keep to the comic book ending where one side wins and one side loses? I have 2 thoughts on this. Like, I think Civil War is going to be completely different than the comics. It's just the concept of Civil War that they're bringing into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The actual story is going to be completely different as far as I'm concerned. But I've got 2 theories. One is which either one side is going to win, one side is going to lose. Who knows? Will they follow the comic book version, or will they make a different side win? Who knows? Possibly. The only other thing is that if they do it in like Ultimate Alliance 2, where they put off the war and come together like they did in Ultimate Alliance 2, I think they might do it as if Civil War doesn't end at the end of Civil War. It continues on with Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange. Like, as those films are going along, the Civil War has ended, but they're still trying to round up all the superheroes, or the Civil War is still going on, or something like that. If so, they could all come together for Thanos. Either that, or one side would win, say like Pro Registration, and after that, Captain America, Falcon, all them, they're underground, but then they come back together when the Infinity War begins. That's what I think would possibly happen. But there's a bit of a short answer, but as I said, I'm literally about to explode, so I really need to I need to go right now. In the description will be the link to the chronological order of the Ultimate Marvel reading list. I heavily suggest go doing it. The Ultimate Universe I personally love. I think it's fantastic. I think it's really cool. A really unique way of looking at the characters in the 21st century. So definitely go check that out. Other than that, any questions, comments, or just burning stuff that you really want to ask me, put in the comment section of this week's video. But yeah, and I'll get through and start reading them next week. I need to go before I explode and make a horrible mess on the camera. As for now, my name's Captain Dave. This has been the Captain's Quarters, and I will catch you guys later.